Because we're rambling?
Yeah.
You're so funny.
You're so funny. The one thing I really like about your phone is that it's, it has a really great timer. And hi, welcome to Stank Space. That was really bad. You probably heard me rambling like crazy phone person.
I thought that was just kind of your thing. I thought you always ramble.
I mean, it is kind of on brand for me, so.
Hey, babies, we're back for another episode. We know you loved the last one.
We're back to reality and the gravity. Oh, there it goes.
Gravity. What song? What Disney movie is that? You don't know fucking movies. Anyway.
So we actually didn't come in with a subject today because I've had kind of a crazy week. You've had kind of a crazy week.
Yeah.
So I think
We're just going to sit here quietly.
Yeah, we're going to sit here quietly and stare at the camera.
But I cannot see. I'm legally blind.
All right, that was pretty good. I think you did a great job. And you know what? I will be able to tell in editing.
And we can just stretch that for like
15 minutes.
Okay, cool, because these guys suck, dude.
Yeah, so, hey, guys, part one's done. We're going to go into that.
How about this?
What?
Me and Connor, my baby son,
Bebe.
who's almost 2 now,
He's huge for some
we've
reason.
been watching so much Scooby-Doo. And I mean
Yeah.
classic Scooby-Doo.
I love classic
We got
Scooby-Doo.
that fucking Boomerang app. My mom was like, hey, sign into this so Connor can watch cartoons. It's like, okay. And I've been watching all of the banger Scooby-Doos from when I was a kid. I'm talking
Yes.
The Witch's Ghost. I'm talking Cyber Chase. I'm talking Scooby-Doo Zombie Island.
I'm going to pull my mic closer to
I'm talking
That's-
today, though, we watched Scooby-Doo Meets the Boo Brothers. And
I don't think I've seen that one, but when you did, because I know you posted it,
Mhm.
apologies for interrupting. But
no,
it reminded
apologies
me
needed.
of the Ghostbusters. It might be 2 when they go in and the judge is like,
Oh my God, the Scaleri brothers!
He gets scared because there's 2 ghosts that he sent to the electric chair. I sent him to the chair, he says.
Gave him the chair!
yeah,
And the ghosts are like, oh, and they're brothers.
yeah.
So that's the only reason.
Ghostbusters 2, that's a classic
Made
to
that
pull out
connection.
right there.
It
From
might
the
have been
person who
first
doesn't,
one,
from
though.
you, like your title is doesn't know movies.
I doesn't know. I look there.
Jillian
if
doesn't know
there's,
movies.
like,
Stanko, not
if
Stanko.
there is multiple movies in a row, so like a trilogy or something, I have probably seen all of them because it's the same subject and I know what's going on already.
But so like the Star Wars.
Yeah.
You've seen the Star Wars.
Yes, I have. I have seen the
Star
single
Wars.
Star Wars.
Yeah. Okay. The war between the stars.
what
What about what's another big trilogy? Harry Potter.
Yes.
Twilight.
Yes.
So you've seen all these movies, but Indiana Jones.
Yes.
You've seen
Yes.
all of them.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so
I
good.
love Indiana Jones. That was a big crush of mine for a while.
Harrison Ford.
Yes.
Young baby Harrison Ford or older like stubbly beard Harrison Ford.
I think all of them.
That's true. Yeah. You
I
kind
mean,
of
come on.
you kind of
man.
got to be into all of them, including the one now who's like barely making it.
Oh yeah, he's struggling.
Although I hear they're doing a final in Indiana Jones with him in it.
Really?
Yeah, I saw something. I mean, I could be wrong, but yeah, that's a good. Yeah, so like nostalgic childhood. You've only seen movies that are like sequels.
Yeah. Surprisingly, I didn't really make that connection until now, though.
But you haven't seen Back to the Future.
No, I
my
haven't seen
God.
Back to the Future. Annual
But-
fan flip, but I'm gonna do it good this time.
Oh, stunning. 10 out of 10.
Actually.
We're going to get one of them German fans with no fan blades. So it's
Oh,
just
yeah,
silent
it's
and it
just
goes
silent.
like, bah! With air, you know?
And we'll be over here like hair back, like
Yeah, just blowing in our German wind, dude. Our
Yes.
superior wind.
our superior.
Superior jeans wind. Oh, no, am I not, not allowed to make that joke?
Speaking of,
It's not
didn't
PC.
they just put up a gas chamber in Arizona?
Oh, yeah. I saw that article on Facebook.
I was like,
Thanks, Facebook. I don't know.
But it's a gas. Like, why? So, like, why do you think they went back to a gas?
Why are
chamber?
people equating well, I get why people are equating it to Nazis, but like, why are people equating killing, hopefully people who are actually guilty of the horrible crimes that get you the death penalty? Why are they equating that to the same as what the Nazis did? Because it's like not even fucking close.
It's not.
It's just that should be like, oh, you can't use guns because the Nazis used guns.
Yeah, the Nazis used guns. No, but
They did use guns,
like,
guys.
That's
History.
that is extremely iconic, I feel.
I mean, I get what you're saying. I get what people are saying. Like, and usually it's people who are like, there should be no death penalty. I unfortunately am like, I think there are some crimes where like I really don't give a shit if you get murdered for it, as
Yeah,
long as you're
like
guilty of that crime.
Like
Like they have to be able to prove without a shadow of a doubt that
Here's-
you're guilty of that crime.
Here's Wendy Williams. Oh,
And I think the thing behind the death penalty too is it's supposed to be like the least painful way to kill someone. Like lately, there's been an argument to bring back, I think in another southern state. I love the southern states,
oh my
dude.
gosh,
I fucking
yeah.
do. It's
I
the
love
most
'em.
beautiful country.
yes.
Like parts of our country, but then at the same time, the weirdest and wildest fucking ways of thinking. At least to me.
Is it? See, I think my theme lately has been hate the guy, love the meme.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna translate that to hate the politics, love the country.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, speaking of, so this guy down south was like, we should bring back firing squads, which is like, if you don't know, and hopefully YouTube can't crack down on us for me talking about firing squads. You
They're
can
gonna be like,
Wikipedia it, but it's when people use life unalivers, because I can't say the G word, the 3-letter G word.
Okay, listen. Pew Pew surrounds the suspect.
Yeah, they just line him up with,
with a bunch of pew pew
Yeah.
surrounding him that humans are attached to.
let's call them overpowered slingshots.
Yeah. Oh, that's
OP
actually,
slingshots.
That is genius.
Yeah. So the government people's in charge of doing the firing squad, they line up with their high power, high caliber OP slingshots, and they, let loose on the one dude there. And the argument is, which is kind of backed up from fact, like it's the quickest, most painless way to get put the fuck down is if you take,
Really.
as if you take like more than 50 Cent and Tupac took, like, and that's pretty much I think as many as you can take. Projectile rounds as you could take, because 50 Cent got shot 9 times, and I think Tupac got shot that many or maybe a little more, and they lived. Tupac lived the first time. The second time he did not. But when you have a bunch of people with overpowered slingshots, that obviously cuts the chances of you surviving down, and you just get hit so many times within a second that like your body would shut the fuck down and you would die.
I mean, it would. I don't know, because I feel
If
like
you
they would have
get
to go
shot in the head
for-
once, you might survive. If you get shot in the head 83 times,
That's what, so are they aiming for the head?
I
Or
think
are they,
I think you would want to aim at the head, at the
Right.
chest, like you want to cover all of the kill shot range. That way, there's no possibility of that dude lying there like for
but,
fucking
like,
30 minutes.
Right, but wasn't the thing like back in the day, if they survived, like they were?
Let go?
Yeah.
No.
I heard that. I heard that.
I think they would
too.
just let you die.
I heard that. Like I remember at least. It might have been like a crazy story that is not true, but like inmates coming back to life after lethal injection.
Oh,
and
that
they
could
technically die.
I could assume if you get the-
fight that in court.
Because it has to be like a. Oh, you're talking about like the guy who had a life sentence, died in jail, was revived, and then was able to argue that he had served a life sentence in jail because he died?
It was a lethal injection.
Oh.
Specific.
Well, I assume you could probably survive a lethal injection. I don't know how well you would be off if they don't have the measurements right, because they're injecting like multiple things into you.
I mean, think if it's like a big,
And it has to be
if
enough
it's a
to kill
big
you.
guy, like let's just say it's a big guy,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, okay, this is a normal human dose.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's a big guy and like it's gonna take him.
If he doesn't die all the
time.
way, I think they would just do it again. If you're sentenced
Really?
to death,
You
you're
think
sentenced
so?
to death, yeah. Then I don't think they really give a shit about you at that point.
I don't know, man. But
Your
like
family
that,
might
what
be
you-
able to sue, like,
Mm.
because technically, I guess, I don't know if it would fall under torture,
I mean, oh yeah.
but
that
it'd
brings
have to
up
be
that
proven
point,
that it was
too.
on purpose then, too.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I don't know. I'm sure there's laws that protect the people that do the setting up and the preparation and shit.
Isn't there? Okay, listen. Have you played Red Dead Redemption?
Yeah.
Isn't there there might be a side quest where like this guy had he invented the electric chair and had some guy sit in it.
Yeah.
Was that a scene? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that made me laugh so hard.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. And I imagine that's a lot of how this shit got figured out. But, like, going back to the firing squad, you know that dude's probably, like, the chances of that dude surviving, like,
Little
10
to none.
people fucking shooting him
Right.
is very slim.
But like then if he does, he's like in severe pain before he dies, and that sucks.
Yeah, but, like, he's getting the death penalty for a reason, assuming he is guilty. He has been proven without a shadow of a doubt that he's guilty. And that's where the problem in the death penalty itself lies for me. Because, like, I don't give a shit, like I said, if you did something horrible enough to get the death penalty and it's, like, proven you did it, then yeah, by all means. But there is a unignorable number, which would be anyone who is not guilty and then gets given the death penalty. Is too many, right? And unfortunately, it's happened a lot, which is why I think there's a push for, at least to me, that would be the major push behind no more death penalty, because like an overwhelming amount of them are African American, or just not white, and like it's been proven there is a chance of you not really being guilty, and you get the death penalty, and that's just like, okay, you have to deal with that.
Actually, I think it was recently that there was a man on death row
Yeah,
who was
there was a chance that there was evidence or something that would
had
exonerate
just came
him.
out, but he was about to do the death penalty, and people were protesting, or maybe it was, I'm not exactly
Well, that's where
sure,
it comes
but they
down to,
didn't-
because like you have to, and I think a lot of people feel, if you're gonna fucking kill, if my tax money, too, that's a big thing. Like that's I guess why people would feel, other than like you have a conscience and you care about humans that aren't guilty not being punished, but it's like I wouldn't want to. It wouldn't sit well on my conscience knowing that the state of Ohio used our money that we pay into taxes to murder somebody who then 3 years later DNA evidence shows he didn't really do it.
Right.
And unfortunately, that's happened a lot of times. Not in Ohio. I don't think Ohio's a death penalty state, but that has happened a lot of times in other places. So like that's where the huge thing lies. And like, so if you are guilty of it, like I can fucking care less if you feel bad before it happens. I can give a fuck less if they go to electrocute you and it doesn't work the first 3 times.
Yeah.
If you murdered a bunch of kids or fucking killed your whole family or some shit and it was not out of self-defense, obviously. Could you imagine arguing self-defense for killing children? Sorry.
Wait, but listen.
Your Honor, my client had to murder these babies. You don't understand. They were going to kill him first. He heard them talking about it. They were planning it.
They all tackled him with a knife. No, but really though, listen, really though, what if a group of school children got possessed by demons and then tried to attack the janitor?
Here's the thing. No, I'm listening. Here's the thing, though. I think the court system in the U.S. has allowed and acknowledged possession as a defense. I don't know if the person got off for it. I think it's the new movie coming out about the Ed and Lorraine Warren. They're 2 very famous paranormal investigators. They've had several movies. The Insidious series, maybe you've heard of.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those people though were real.
I do.
They were in real life real people, and they did in real life have a collection of, some would believe, haunted, like supernatural, spiritual shit, and they did, some would believe, use their abilities and knowledge to stop bad things like demons and angry ghosts and shit. But I believe, so there's a very famous murder case. You've also probably heard of the movie made about it called The Amityville Horror, where a boy murdered his fucking entire family with a gun, and when he was found, he was kind of like covered in blood and like super out of it, and he said that he believed, like his defense argued that he was possessed. And some of the evidence showed, like, at least the way it was presented was like, there's no way a human being would have been able to like do these things in this order this quickly or something like that.
Right.
Which is, you know, neither here or there. But there was kind of like a little bit of a defense there that if you were open to believing somebody could be possessed and made to kill people, where it's like, yeah, maybe. I don't think he won that case because, like, aside from believing in the spiritual explanation, it's like, yo, you committed these fucking murders, whether there was a demon in you or not, so we're going to go ahead and send you to jail.
Well, I mean,
So, but I believe the point was, I believe that the whole religious aspect of like being possessed has been used before in
Yeah.
court. So I guess it could be a defense, but you'd have to have like overwhelming evidence and lucky enough for the jury members to all believe that demons are real.
Right. And you know what? I definitely do think that malevolent spirits are real and that they can't little possess people. But I'd like to talk more about that after ad time.
Ad time, baby.
What time is it? Yeah, ad time. Hello and welcome to ad time.
Ad time. 2 plus 2?
Ad time.
What does it equal?
3. Woo! So,
Okay. Okay.
at this point, you guys know
You know what the fuck it is, boy.
every spot, like every single time. She's going to be our sponsor every single time.
Yeah.
And you guys should already know, but if you don't, let me tell you. Tarot with Tori. And it's Tarot with Tori. Because I'm sure we've said it 14 different
Yeah.
ways.
Tarot. Tarot the Tori, tarot with Tori, tarot for Tori.
Tarot for Tori with her also.
Yeah.
But it's Tarot with Tori.
And see, what you do is
Yeah.
you go down to
Willow Creek Curious.
Curious.
I was actually just
Boom!
about to do that too. Oh, yeah. Oh, eating me. Wait, sorry. Eating me.
cupcakes. But you
Yeah.
won't find a very large internet troll looking for babies there. No, not at all.
No, you're going to actually find a very large and welcoming place. It's actually
Wow,
not
good
very
tie.
large. It's
tie.
actually, it's an average store. It's a
Oh, yeah.
beautiful store. It's cozy. I was actually in there today. I go there like every week that I come here. Actually like, starting last week. But it was really nice. I got some charcoal tablets there, and I can't find those anywhere.
And of
Like,
course,
they
that is a
have
slab of charcoal
everything.
that you can use like an iPad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
you
put
just-
it on, you light it on fire,
And then you just swipe left or right for
Yes.
whoever. Yeah, okay. For
Like
whatever.
it's like Tinder. Get it? Because it's hot. It's like Tinder. It's like
Listen, when we do an ad, it's the best ad you could ever get.
you can't get any other ad like this. Tarot with Tori
Tarot with Tori.
is at Willow Creek Curious, and you said I'm not very familiar with the area around here. So what street is this on?
Main Street, baby.
Main Street. That's actually a perfect name for that street.
Yeah, Main Street in
because it's very
Ashtabula is
main.
like it is the main street, and it's got like all the little businesses and shops. So like, fuck it, go down there anyway.
Yeah, go down there and check her
That's
out.
where I get my records.
Beautiful. Check her out on Wednesdays, 10 to, I have a note here so I don't mess it up, 10 to 6, and Fridays.
10 to 3.
Guys, Wednesday, 10 to 6, Friday, 10 to 3, and go check her out. Let her know if you saw this. And
Yeah.
she'll be so happy.
Tell her Stank Space sent you, and then she'll say thank you.
Spank stays, you. And
Spank. You said spank.
I know I did that on purpose.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I actually
Dude,
did.
you're so fucking good at this. You're so good at this, bro.
Y'all can determine if I actually did it on purpose or not. All right, well, let's roll into the next part of
Roll
the
out.
episode.
Transformers. Roll out.
Wow. It was like you were actually a Transformer.
Optimus Prime, baby.
That's so cool and fun.
Yeah, that's honestly who should be in charge of death penalty if we're talking about it.
Optimus Prime?
Yeah. Make
Yeah,
robots
he's
do it.
pretty. Yeah, they're pretty good at that.
Yeah.
They're pretty good at solving things
Yeah.
in equations and shmishmasion. So we were talking about what were we talking about? Fuck, I just had it in my head. I'm gonna cut this out. I remembered. So malevolent spirits in possession. I genuinely think that should be used in
the
some
court, though?
cases.
And
No,
then, like,
because
how believable... like I said, like, you have to have overwhelming amount of evidence that,
Right.
like, you were possessed
Right.
both during these crimes.
Right.
And I guess, like,
Yes.
whatever else evidence you would need to, like, make someone believe that that's a real thing and that it could happen to you and then that it could lead to you killing people. And then you have to make them believe that it's not of your own volition.
Right.
Because it's like,
Well-
yeah, you could be possessed, but you still chose to kill those people.
Well, I think that it could be either a matter of a mental health issue or a matter of genuine spirit-controlled person. And the evidence, right, exactly that, right there. The evidence that I feel like you would have to get for a spiritual possession is, I don't think there literally is no, there's
like if
no
I'm on a
solid
jury,
proof of ghosts.
if I'm on a jury,
right?
let's say me and you were on jury, and this dude killed his family, 5 people, shot them all. We'll play the Amityville Horrors thing, and then he comes in, and he's like, "My defense is I was possessed," and they start bringing forth the evidence, and one of those one of the big mainstays of the evidentiary claims, if I'm remembering correctly, but just for the sake of our hypothetical, they bring in some well-known priest guy, who's done exorcisms and stuff. Even if that guy sits down on the stand and is like, possession is real, this is what it could be done, blah blah blah, gives credit to that guy, I'm not gonna I don't know that guy on the stand.
Right.
That's just a dude whose job is to hunt demons for the church. And it's of course he's gonna say they're real.
No,
then that's the thing,
real.
You have to be able to prove without a shadow of a doubt that it's real for even anyone to start considering that then you could be possessed and then controlled to kill people.
Remember when the nails thing happened? Check out the dating episode, the nails thing.
Yeah.
And how Tori cut that cord and her nails
broke. That doesn't mean no demons, though.
No, but it's not, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be demons. There are malevolent spirits. So the thing that helped you was her energy, which is also called a spirit, which is also called a whatever. You know, there's 100 different names for the same thing. At least this is what I believe.
Sure.
And I saw a story about this was a personal story from somebody, so who knows if it's true or not.
Yeah.
He stomped on the stairs in his home, and he got a mysterious illness. Doctors didn't know what it is. He had a fever, all that kind of stuff. And they went to a witch doctor, and the witch doctor was like, so you have a spirit in your house, and they didn't like that you were stomping on the stairs. It was annoying.
Yeah.
Give them an offering of bread and water, and it'll be cool. And they did, and his fever went away.
Okay, so here's the thing.
I know, crazy.
Here's the thing for me, though. What I would immediately say to that is, one, if ghosts are real, why do they give a shit in their ghost world about me stomping on stairs? And then two,
I mean, that's the same question.
If ghosts are real and they are mad that I stomp on stairs and they make me sick, why then is giving them bread going to fix me from being sick? Out of all the things.
Offering. So, how offering works, how offerings work, you lay this out for the spirit or anything, and they are like, oh, this is something, they give a fuck.
So is it more about acknowledging them?
I think so.
But using bread and water?
Yeah.
If I was a ghost and I hadn't eaten no food forever, and then someone's like, here's some bread and water, I don't know. I might be more mad. I might make you more sick.
I mean, I feel like if
you couldn't even leave out a candy bar, little candy bar for me.
Here's some food from my home. I'm respecting you. I'd be like, oh, cool, thank you.
Okay.
Big preach.
There you guys go. You don't need a proton pack.
I would rather have a nice pretty flower sitting on your table, but that's cool. You can
if you were a ghost.
Water. Yeah, if I were a spirit or a ghost and people wanted to give me offerings, I would do my best to let them know that I would want I don't know, something like a flower, just a flower on their whatever altar, whatever they have.
If I'm a ghost and you make me mad, I'm gonna just need some booty and weed. If you leave out some booty and weed.
Wait, so it's like you're a ghost, you're chilling, and someone pisses you off, and they just start twerking.
Like you see on the wall, blood spell out booty and weed.
And so they just start twerking it and smoking a blunt, and you're like, all right.
Yeah.
I like that. I love that so much.
It gets it's just scratched into the wall, booties and weed, and then. I don't really know how they procure the booty, per se.
No, that's what I'm saying.
If you just bring a butt.
No,
okay, I guess twerk. Yeah, okay.
Some twerk.
Yeah, you got to be good at it.
Oh, but maybe if it's you have to specifically write on their mom booty.
Yeah. Yes. So well, know me so well. Yeah. Yes. Listen, mom butt is the best butt that there is on the planet, And, you know, like last episode, I said, holler at your dad. Excuse me, ma'am. I'm coming for those yams. Oh! But, no, for real, like, if I was a ghost, maybe I would use my haunting skills, maybe possibly, you know, maybe, to, like, force that person to be more fun. Because I'm not going to be in a house with someone who's, like, boring and, like, reads books and stomps on fucking stairs for no reason. So I'm gonna force that person to have, like, a rager.
Okay.
They're going to bring in, like, a shaman and or a psychic, and they're going to be, he's trying to tell me you need to throw a bodacious, bombastic boogaloo. And they're going to be like, what does that fucking mean?
I'm going to let the spirit come through me right now.
Yeah.
And it's just, dog, listen.
It's your boy.
Listen, bro. Listen. Can you just throw like an epic banger right now? And she go, what happened?
I've been possessed by the spirit of Big Stank, dude. Yeah, 100%. So, like, that's the thing that makes me feel like that's fake. Because, like, why would a ghost want bread? Bread and water, dude?
It's literally, I think, just something to be like.
If it was a modern-day ghost,
listen,
they're not going to want bread and water.
Yeah,
so it had to have
you're
been an
right.
ancient ghost.
You're probably...
Had to have been like an
probably
ancient
very,
ghost.
very correct, yes. But, like, we don't know what they want. Bread and water is just a basic thing that's like, here is something
you said
that
it
is
was
from
more
my
for
home. Right.
the thought behind it.
Right, exactly. So
Well,
I think it's like, I mean, I guess as a ghost, I would try to get in their dreams.
Well, listen.
And be like, give me a red flower.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, what if you fucked up and they didn't want bread and water, and now you're more sick and more haunted? If this ghost is real, if it wants you to say sorry for stomping on stairs. Which is like, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of like aliens for me. Like, if they're real, what the fuck could they... Like, I believe aliens are real. I don't think aliens are just picking people up and boinking them in the ass. Like, I think maybe those people are a little crazy. If we looked at the profiles of everybody who's been abducted, some of them aren't exactly, you know, rockets.
I mean,
They're not solid slangers. They're not 10 out of 10s. Those are... I would imagine some of them are it's probably a very 3 heavy list. You know? There are a lot of 3s, a lot of 4s, the occasional 10. Mm-hmm. Like George St. Pierre, UFC fighter, French-Canadian. Mm-hmm. He told Joe Rogan he thinks he was abducted by aliens. And it's like he also happens to be considered one of the GOATs, like one of the best UFC fighters of all time. So it's like, what if aliens just abducted George St. Pierre and they gave him superior alien fighting skills?
Bro, they were like, you're the chosen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
I think that's more likely to happen than an alien picking you up and touching your asshole.
Yeah. I mean, wait, you were telling me about a Joe Rogan thing where they were talking about like who was saying like what would aliens want to do with
Neil deGrasse Tyson said they were talking. He had Neil deGrasse Tyson on.
Yeah. A
man that I admire just as like a scientific person. He's very smart. You've probably heard of him. He was the Black Science Man meme. Like he was like he's like kind of known for his celebrity as a very smart man.
Here's a picture
in terms
of
of
Neil
space
deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, you know him. He's awesome. He was having a discussion with Joseph Rogan. The whole conversation was kind of around like, are aliens real and do they fuck with us? And Neil deGrasse Tyson was very much under the belief, and I'm paraphrasing here, but he was very much under the belief that like aliens wouldn't have a reason if they were real and they were smart enough to accomplish interstellar travel and like fly to different planets and stuff and like do all this crazy shit that aliens have to do to even get here in the first place. What would then their like what would be their reason for there's really no reason to study us. And this is his opinion, like we're like fucking barely developed monkeys in the terms of like an advanced species that has accomplished traveling through space easily.
Right.
So, but then Joe Rogan surprised me because he came up with the counterpoint that kind of was like, oh shit, you kind of bodied a genius. Yeah. And then Joe Rogan's response, a very meathead response, was like, he thinks aliens would be interested in us because we're weird as fuck.
Yeah.
We're interesting as fuck. We do weird shit like we were talking about earlier, raping and murdering people.
Yeah.
Killing people that are allowed to be killed and killing people that you shouldn't kill and like all this crazy stuff like one of my favorite things was our elections are essentially popularity contests.
Yeah.
or we admire movie heroes, but real life heroes, I couldn't tell you the name of anyone, you know? So, like, it was just a really good point that he brought up, and I was like, oh, cool. Point for the fucking meathead Joe Rogan. Like, he one-upped essentially what people consider a genius.
Yeah.
And I was like, there you go, man. There you go. So I don't know. It just made me feel like, oh, hey, sometimes I can be smart.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. Like, if you... so my theory about aliens is that they were quote unquote the gods that are in like Norse mythology and
the inspiration behind human created
all
gods.
like if you look at all the
And
different
goddesses
religions that have like the multiple gods, a lot of the stories of each goddess a lot of the stories of each god is similar.
Yeah, especially like the main ones.
Yeah, but I forgot what the oldest religion that we know of today. I think the big guy was Enki, but yeah, no, if that's the case and those are the aliens, it makes sense that they would want to keep track. They're like, we made these things. Like the theory I kind of have is that they bred with Homo sapiens and that kind of thing.
Okay, like introduced their DNA.
Right.
Sure.
Which is documented in the Bible because apparently these
documented in the Bible is not a
but listen,
not a very reliable documentation source.
And you're correct, but it is based in a lot of things that did happen from different books.
Oh yeah, okay. I understand what you mean.
So it's in the Bible, it talks about how in the beginning, how humans lasted for thousands of years, hundreds of years.
Our lifespan was longer.
Much longer. Yeah. And that, I think, may have been from the aliens breeding with humans, because these aliens supposedly live for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. So I have to wonder if they're like, oh shit, we made these things. Like, I'm curious. Like,
I think my belief is a little more, I don't want to say realistic, but like in the sense of I doubt aliens, if they brought life to this planet in the form of us, that it was because they care about us. It's probably because
they enslaved us.
Well, that and Earth
mine gold.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Every continent on Earth got some form of gold.
Yeah.
And we're a very gold heavy planet, and gold is used as far as our technology for a lot of like the advanced technology we have now. Like, gold is a very good metal to use. So, like, what if aliens made us as a way to mine that?
Yeah.
And then it speaks further more into like how gold is like a significant symbol throughout all of humanity. Like, why was gold the metal picked to be the most important metal? Like, why wouldn't iron or steel?
Yeah, the microchips in this gold.
Yeah,
gold
tops
is
of
used
pyramids.
For,
gold.
Gold
Pretty much
is used for literally every piece of technology you can think of. And if these aliens are technologically advanced
not even just that, but even from ancient civilizations to now, if you have a lot of gold, you're considered to be a person of higher standing.
Right. So
higher stature, someone more important.
Yeah, so that could matter to them too. But I genuinely have to think maybe it's that they use this resource for technology. So they came down, bred with Homo sapiens, made us into slaves to mine this gold. And then one of the gods, which you'll find again in all these other mythologies and other religions, was the god the Lucifer of these different, that brought us the fire and said that like, here, you know, this you're gonna.
You
live.
mean the figure in religious mythology that convinced us to think maybe these guys aren't right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't follow these guys.
So yeah, that whoever that guy is was like, hey, y'all are getting smart. You know, you're smart. We're smart. You're smart. Just stop being slaves to these guys. And they all left. They were all like,
frick you.
Yeah. Now you're all annoying, and there's more of you than there are us. Whatever. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Have fun on this planet. There you go.
But that begs the question: why would they leave? Why wouldn't they? If we were all like frick you, why wouldn't they just be like, okay, and then like bloop us out of existence and start over?
Maybe because
that's where we bring in extinction events. Dun, 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 dun. That meteor that hit the planet and covered us in dust and killed all the dinosaurs. That wasn't no meteor, bro.
Yeah, and you know what? I bet the aliens, they
Fucking alien nuke.
they were just so annoyed with us that because they didn't check the links in the description.
Oh my
bad.
god. Smooth like butter.
No, it was chunky.
You slid
like,
in. You slid in.
Chunky peanut butter.
And then you can like insert an angry alien like, oh, fucking check the
Oh,
description, you
man.
fucking idiots.
I forgot to check the description where all the social media
I
links
like our
are and where
conversations.
Taro
that
and Tori's links are and everything like that.
Yeah.
What were you saying? Our conversations?
I was just gonna say the aliens probably like the ability that we have, in which we started this episode saying we have no idea what to talk about, and ended it with talking about how we are all just weird DNA scrambles of alien and monkey that were created solely to mine gold to help aliens become more powerful, and then Satan alien said, fuck those guys, probably because he got bullied by them, and he was like, oh, they're idiots, I'm going to fuck up their whole operation. But, like, also, you know, just as we're going to end, and I want to leave our viewers with this thought.
Yeah.
Maybe there was just an alien who got drunk as shit, landed here, and fucked the monkey.
Or fucked the entire planet.
And we are just one drunken alien I didn't pull out quick enough mistake. The question for you guys is, you got to be okay with that.
Gotta be okay with that.
You got to be okay with that. The government's going to talk about aliens soon. Better be ready, Christians.
You gotta be ready, and you gotta be ready for this episode to end because it's ending right now.
Bye!